For EP, climbing walls and handholds is our business, but that's really not why we're here. We're here to enrich people's lives and introduce climbing to the world. We know that once somebody gets an opportunity to go indoors and climb on a climbing wall, that they're going to be hooked and they're going to be a climber for life.
Welcome climbing fans to our first World Cup of Bouldering for 2015. We're in Toronto in Canada, just a few hours away from the infamous Niagara Falls, where a lot of climbers have stopped off for a bit of relaxation. But there's no relaxation here. The eyes of Canada are all on one man, their own Sean McCall, who just missed out on gold here last year, but he's looking stronger than ever. We're at the Thornhill Community Centre, which is actually an ice hockey pad, and yesterday we had some superb qualification events, and the DJ here was playing a fantastic beat for the event. Particular attention to the female event. All the best athletes are here, as well as Julie Verm, who became European champion to add to her World Championship title. A lot of eyes are on veteran Anna Sturr, and a close finish is expected with Shauna Coxey and Akiyo Noguchi, who are both likely medalists as well. It's an early time to start here in Toronto, just a few minutes to go before we get underway for one of the highlight events on the tour, the IFSC World Cup for Toronto 2015. Well, it's a cracking atmosphere. It's always a great atmosphere here in Toronto. Very pleased to be with you here today. My name is Adrian Battersby, and firing klaxons and whistles. It's never quiet here, but it is a great experience all the time. We have got 21 men and 20 women who are going to be competing for the final position a little bit later on. This is our schedule for the day. So current time 10:55. You can see we're due to start in 5 minutes time. Semi-finals, men and women to go, and then it's the finals at 5 o'clock local time. The awards ceremony is going to be around 8:30. We had some great qualification. You can see we're at a brand new indoor event, venue. It's a superb venue here, the Thornhill Community Centre. Our officials today, Graham Alderson is the IFSC technical delegate. Francois Leonardon of France is the jury president. Paul Aday of Canada is the IFSC judge. Chief route setter Jamie Cassidy from Great Britain. They do route set well, the British guys, and he's assisted ably by Percy Bishton and Mathieu Detrey of France. Just a quick chance looking, I'm sure you've all had a look to see who's going to be our starting list, and this we will just bring you up with the men's category. This we got 21 athletes. I'm not going to go through each of them. I'll give each his time in the spotlight a little bit later on when they come out on problem 1. This is page 1. You can find your own favourite athlete listed there. Gigi Monde had a little bit of trouble, nearly didn't qualify, but just managed to squeeze in there. There you see Sean McCall, Adam Ondra, all comfortably managing it, no real problems. Jacob Schubert, so they won't be going towards the end. And Chon Jong-won of Korea, 19-year-old Korean, certainly a man to look out for in the future perhaps. He's going to be an interesting concept, and he's going to be 21st out of 21 at the very end. He was top qualifier from the qualification. We had 2 groups of qualification, and I know that some of the climbers are particularly not chuffed with that, because in effect you've got 2 separate qualification competitions going on, and sometimes around the borderline, deciding who's qualifying and who's not, it can be seen as being possibly a little bit unfair. But of course, the 20 athletes have managed to get through here from their individual qualifications, 2 groups of 10. This is the female, so 20 athletes have qualified through here. That's our page 1. This is the order they're going to be going through in. And then look at the names towards the end there. Lenave, Noguchi, Verme, Puccio, Nanaka, Fanny Gilbert, Stur, Coxey, Johnson. Wow, that's an amazing... just to think we're only going to get 6 athletes out of those qualifiers. Okay, well that's we're all ready. We seem to have timed things fairly well. We've still got 2 or 3 minutes to go. And you're going to get my voice throughout the whole of his semi-finals. I hope you don't get too annoyed with me. But I will be guiding you through, as I did in the North American Tour last year. We're at a brand new venue here, and last year they had to build the most amazing stands to fit all the spectators in. Now it's a much more suitable venue. This is an ice hockey stadium. It's not a massive one. It probably holds maybe 2,000. We're on one half of the hockey stadium, so there's probably like 1,500 or so on this side, I would say, seating-wise, and they're expecting pretty much close to a full house here. And the wall, as you see, is actually, it's not on the ice, but there's a floor being put down over the top of the ice bed, and then the wall has been laid on that. It's an absolutely beautiful view, I'm sure you can agree. They've really laid this out, absolutely wonderful. And we've got some great branding all around the place here. We've got a full crew ready to go. They're going to be calling out the athletes very, very shortly. And I think, yeah, they're giving away free stuff here at the moment as well, which is always good. There's the clock countdown. So 13 seconds to our first climbers. So here we go. So I think we've actually only got one male climber coming out. So Benjamin Blazer of Great Britain. So there's just one climber on problem men 1 because we've got 21 men. Well, it's early days for everybody here. Benjamin Blazer here of Switzerland, who qualified in 21st place, so just squeezed into the qualification. We do have a few cameramen here who are local, who are just, they are climbers, we're just getting used to some of the setup here for the first time. Benjamin Blazer, 29 years old, and this is problem M1 that he's attacking here. We're going to see some great climbers. We have 3 climbers actually, all tie for 19th place. Benjamin finished 33rd in the European Championships at Innsbruck, which is the only other bouldering event that's taken place so far. In fact, this is the first time he's qualified for semi-finals for a little while. We have to go back to Grindelwald at the beginning of last season, the first event of last season on the IFSC World Cup 2014, and he was 20th there, so just squeezed in. 1 minute to go on the clock, and it's fair to say that Benjamin's having real trouble here with this particular hold. Coming up to the last 10 seconds, Benjamin is having attempt after attempt here. Of course, with boulder climbing at competition level, doesn't matter how many attempts you go, but Benjamin gives up on that one. The clock runs out. And now we're going to see climbers on both. So it's Nathaniel Coleman of the United States on the left, 18 years old, Nathaniel. And on the right-hand side, it's Elsa Ponzo from France, 19 years old also. So next up, Nathaniel Coleman for the United States. 3 tops and 4 bonuses in his qualification. And well, he's really is a youngster. He's only played in competed in 1 event so far. He was here in Vail last year and just missed out on a semi-final. He finished 22nd in Vail last year. So a very competent performance. The Americans had a really good competition at Vail last year. A lot of Americans, particularly in the female category, really did very well indeed. As for Elsa Ponzo, 18 years old. And she was 49th at the European Championships. Elsa's doing well here. This is going to set the level for the rest of the female athletes to come. She's still competing at junior level, was 10th at the European Youth Championships in Arco last year. And this 18-year-old from Bologna in France, certainly one to look out for. took a bronze medal at the Youth A Boulder at in France, L'Argentière. And he's going to be yet another one of these French climbers. So her first major semi-final at this world senior level. It's, oh, unlucky. A 1:30, she still has time, as the MC says here. This is just having a little look through her scores, actually. I've got a thing sheet. Take it off. Okay, we're doing a little bit of teaching one of our guys on the camera just not to press certain buttons, which would be quite cool. She competed in Malau. Oh, we have a top. United States, Nathaniel Coleman. He gets a top. And that's a great start for him. That's certainly set the standard, you could say, for a little bit for some of the others to come now. So now concentrating on female 1. Here she goes. Oh, gets a touch. What a great attempt, running out of time. And our next 2 athletes coming up. Megan Martin of the United States on female 1. She had a tremendous time at Vail last year. Remember, she qualified for the semi-finals. She qualified for the semis here in Toronto as well. Finished 13th, and she was 16th in Vail. Very strong athlete, a real name for the future. 25 years old. She's been on the climbing circuit a little while, but she's only really started the serious climbing in the past couple of years on the senior tour. She competed mainly in North America. She did go over to Munich. So we now have 2 male climbers, of course. We've got male 2 taking place, so this is why we're going down onto our little split screen. And it's Matthias Konrad of Germany who's just joined us on male problem 1. Matthias, 25 years old, from Hamburg. Was 16th in the European Championships just a few weeks ago. So made the semi-final there. Actually was 7th, just missed out on a final spot in Munich last year in the World Cup. And he's been one of those who's been there and thereabouts. Has never made a final yet. But he's been there and thereabouts. And as you say, the German, as you've seen in recent times, the German bouldering squad really have pushed on. And you just sense a shift of movement that we had France dominating bouldering for many, many years in the late 90s and the early 2000s. Then Austria took over with Fischhuber and Sturr really leading the way, and Schubert has picked up that mantle. Martin's doing really well here. She's pushing hard. And now you just wonder if Germany has started to take up the mantle with Wurm and Heuer at the top of the tree. And of course, when you get athletes who are really setting the pace, quite often they will pull up the level of some of the other athletes who are training with them. So although Matthias Conrad has not yet made a final, he's been very, very close. In fact, even going back to 2011 at the World Cup in Sheffield in Great Britain, he was 7th place there, so he just missed out by 1 there as well. Has always been just there or thereabouts. Good crowd building up here, just looking behind me. There's a good 400 or 500 in there. It's a little bit awkward to get to this place, and I think the organisers were saying earlier that they feel that some people may be put off because of the location. But we are north of Toronto, as you saw on the map earlier on. So only the one top we saw so far from Nathaniel Coleman. Of course, we have some legends of the sport to come. And I much prefer to watch boulder climbing this way round with the top athletes going last. Of course, in qualification, it always sort of seems the wrong way round. You get the best athletes first, a lot of them top, and then afterwards you see the athletes in qualification who are, still extremely good climbers. There's no doubt about it, but just not at the very top international level, and they will struggle with the qualification holds. Martin is having her last go here. 30 seconds to go. This is the last opportunity for all of these climbers. Martin, good strength there. She did well to stay on the wall, and a few knowledgeable people around me giving her a round of applause for that. Just incredibly managing to stay on there. She knows this is her last chance to have a pop. She's trying it at a slightly different angle, going to the right. She may run out of time though, she knows that. 5 seconds, her coach is calling out, and she probably didn't have a chance to really settle herself there, if the truth be told. And she ends up so our next athletes are up. So we've got France in female 1 and female 2 right now. Melanie Sandoz of France on F1 and Elsa Ponzo on F2. As for the male side, it's Manuel Cornu of France, who is on the right hand side. Cornu, 21 years old, from Clamart, 39th at the European Championships. He's actually not been competing much at all. He's a bit of a known quantity, this chap. This is his first semi-final at senior level. He's only competed in 2 junior events and 1 senior event, which is pretty unusual, to be honest, for these athletes. Usually they've all had a very strong spell of junior action. Well, Manuel doesn't do that. Manuel hasn't done any of that. He competed in European Championship last year. As for Melanie Sondo, qualified in equal 17th. She's an athlete who has been competing for quite a while on the circuit. 28 years old. World ranked 19th position. Was 14th in the World Cup 2013 and 24th position in the World Cup 2014. She reached the semi-final at the European Championships just 2 weeks ago in Innsbruck, finishing 18th overall. She was actually 14th place here 2 years ago in Toronto. She didn't compete in Toronto or Vail last year, so she decided to save the money on the plane ticket Oh, Ponzo having a real go there at female 2, but just missing out. And Nathaniel Coleman here from United States on problem M2. Remember, he actually managed to get, he's the only person so far to have completed a problem out of any of the athletes on show so far. It looks like he's going to run out of time here. He's 1:30 to go. He's just had a look at the clock, just considering his options. One last pop. Meanwhile on M1, Cornu is finding that a little bit too difficult. Now that will give Coleman a little bit of confidence, seeing an athlete who's finished higher than him, just struggling with M1. He knows he's made it. And here we go, the whistle's gone. So now these are the final attempts now for all the climbers to try and make it. We're live online on YouTube, on the IFSC YouTube channel. We have a top on M1. So Manuel Cornu gets the top there, and that's 2 athletes who top. So here's the changeover. Athletes are a little bit keen to run out there, but so from Switzerland, Benjamin Blaser now on problem M3. And well, we have Guillaume Monde, Gigi Monde, as everybody calls him around here. An absolute star of the sport. And interestingly, he's actually this is a very early arrival onto the scene in a semi-final for Monde. Normally he's one of the later ones, but he's certainly going to be a favourite for later on. 28 years old. A real talent of the sport. And he is the defending champion. He won here last year. And absolutely superb competition it was. I remember commentating on it. It was tremendous. He's currently world ranked number 2. And it'll be interesting to see how he does. Meanwhile on M2, we look as if we may have a first top on M2, which is from Matthias Conrad. He's giving it a real go here. No real action on the female. Oh, gets a touch, but that was never going to be a hold, really. He knew that. So, well, that's not bad for a first start. And these athletes, these climbers certainly know. He'll just consider that. He'll give his arms a little rest. And now he'll have a rethink. Monde, meanwhile, taking his time. We've got a really good DJ here today. We're going to get some great music, so you can just sit back and listen to the music as well in the background. There's always a really cracking atmosphere here in Toronto. They know how to do it in North America. So Monde, the defending champion, finished 17th after qualification. Has taken his time, and here he is on problem M1. One of the things you sometimes notice with some of the real top climbers, they're very happy to take their time. They're very happy to just really suss out the problem. And Monde, you see here, you know, this is a man who won the competition here last year. Look how carefully he did that. It's almost a no-risk method of climbing. And here he is. but he is off, so Monday has got a little bit to do here. Thank you for comments about the clock. We are actually going to just make a little move on that now. Just get that out of the way, because it is a little bit in the middle of the action there. One minute to go. There you go. We'll put it right up at the top of the screen, well out of the way of anyone. So Julia Kruder tops on F1, the first athlete to top. Gigi Monday. A few questions being asked here. This could be a really important, in fact, he's going to fail. Time is running out. And Monday, oh my goodness, Monday almost got a hold. That was an incredible attempt from Gigi. But he doesn't make it. And Monday fails on M1, and he's going to be very disappointed with that. Well, you can see they're all building up now. We've got climbers on M3, F3. As you have possibly gathered, we're just having a little, couple of little small issues with a couple of our local friends here who are doing the camera work for us, but we're just trying to sort those out as quickly as possible. And as you've gathered, the top left corner is showing you really M1 and M2, and the bottom left is showing you M3. In fact, we will switch those around, and we'll do that very shortly so that just switch that around right now, so you can see. So M1 and M2 is in the bottom left now. and M3 is in the top left. And then F3 and F4 is in the top right. So F3 is on the right hand side, F4 is going to be on the left. There's nobody there yet, so that's why you can't see F4. And then in the bottom right, sorry. It helps if I know my left from my right in this job. It's F2 is on the left hand side and F1 is on the right. So that's just sorted that little thing out. Some of these climbers really having a tough time of it out there. Dominik Skofic of Slovenia, another athlete we've seen quite a lot of on the bouldering world tour of late. A serial finalist looking back. But the clock has run out and he's not going to manage on problem one as well. So some big names are having real trouble with this problem M1, which is in the bottom left of your screen. You just heard there, all the scores are being updated on the IFSC climbing website, but of course are all unofficial until any appeals or everything has been done. So looking on M2, Gigi Monde, who's failed on problem one. He's got a real question to be asked. We've got Megan Martin here on problem 3. Meanwhile on F2, Julia Kruder, who sailed through problem 1. She's looking good here on problem 2. This could be a first top in the female category for 2. But that was just a little bit too much. A little bit more strength required to pull herself up there. That's a tough one on the arms. These route setters are quite cruel at times, aren't they? 105 on her shirt is Petra Klinger of Switzerland. Nice hold here on M4. Benjamin Blazer, this is his last problem. Skofic was 15th in the European Championships, but looking down the list of events from last year, he's done very well indeed. 2014, lots of finals, was 4th in Kranja, 3rd in Inzai, 4th in Wujiang, 2nd in Makpo, and 4th at lead climbing at the World Championships in Gijón in Spain. So he's one of those climbers who seems to enjoy bouldering, seems to enjoy lead more than bouldering. Of course, all those high positions were lead climbing, and it's only this year that he seems to be having a pop at doing some bouldering as well. So that's going to be interesting from Skofic, who's currently over on problem. He's actually having a rest at the moment, but he was on problem M1 at the moment. Big pressure point here for Monde. We haven't seen M2 tops yet. And Monde's looking good here. Now, can he get a good foothold to push on? This is the tough one. A few people have touched that top hold, and Monde's really showing the power in those arms. Look at this. There's a finger hold there which just looks impossible. And Monday, this could be the big story. Martin gets a tremendous hold on F3 there. She's moved up to the next level. Monday looks at the clock. He sees there's only 1.5 minutes left. And I think it's fair to say, unless the route setters have set some incredibly difficult problems, Monday may well struggle to qualify here. If he doesn't, usually we're seeing 3 or 4 boulders climbed, topped for qualification. And it's rare that you see somebody qualify for a final with 2, but it is possible. This could be an exceptionally tough setting from Jamie Cassidy of Great Britain. And Monday's experienced enough to know that. He's already reached his bonus mark, so he's really got to have a go for the top here. He has another look at the clock, 50 seconds to go. Meanwhile, Kruder on 2. Kruder making a move here, but down again, and it's that area. That looks like a Puccio play location for me. I remember in Vale last year, Alex Puccio, incredible strength she's got, and she'll be coming up a little bit later on. It'll be interesting to see her on problem F2 later. Meanwhile, all eyes are on Monday. This is the big story so far. Oh, holds well. He knows he's got time against him. 15 seconds on the clock. Oh, and he's down, and he will not make problem M2. Monday goes out with 2 blanks against his name, and the defending champion may well be walking out on the competition. Switch over. Next athletes. Well, Canada goes a bit crazy because Jason Holowach comes out on problem M1. Domin Skofich on M2. Angela Payne of United States on F2. And Charlotte de Rief on F1. They're all on your screen. I don't need to list them all out for you. And I hope you're enjoying the coverage here. We have a lot of people watching from all around the world. I see there's about 3,000 of you watching right now. There's over 100,000 views already of the European Championships. But I am trying to give you as much coverage as possible. The stream is good. It's a HD stream coming out of here at 720p, so you should be able to bring it up full screen. We are on YouTube, and there is a backup stream also via ifsc-climbing.org. But I will give you, I do know my climbing, so I will be giving you a good rundown. I'm not actually watching the pictures that you're looking at. I'm stood up right in front of everybody, and I'm just watching the climbing in front of me as we go. And here's a move on M4. We haven't seen M4 topped up to now. We've only seen a few attempts. But it's number 17, Nathaniel Coleman. Oh, he's so close. He is so close. This is a tough one. How's he going to get from that position? The arms just aren't long enough. The route setter knows that. He's got to put another move in here now. And in fact, if I remember rightly, we had a very similar issue to this last time in Toronto. Oh, Coleman has done brilliantly. What a move that is. Take a bow, Nathaniel Coleman. And a big smile, and the Canadian crowd always love it when an American does well as well. They're all North American here. And Nathaniel Coleman has topped problems 1 and 4. And that will be interesting to see how we go. So far on the leaderboard, Manuel Cornu has topped problem 1. And in the female category, Julia Kruder has the only person to have topped, she topped problem F1. So that's made life very interesting, because Nathaniel Coleman may just have got himself a little toehold into the final. Meanwhile, F2, 138, Angela Payne of the United States. 31 years old. You should never say that, never give a lady's age away, I suppose, but Angela Payne, she's been around a lot, and this is a great climb. Look at the muscle strength on her. This is a real energy sapping climb. This is where Kruder couldn't make it. This is where, look at the strength on Payne. That's tremendous pull-up from her, and just wasn't able to complete. Normally, I am the only person commentating here today, of course, but I will have somebody with me tomorrow for the finals a little bit later on. There's quite a few. We usually try and choose one of the top athletes who've just missed out on qualification for the finals. Angela Payne was 11th here in Toronto last year. All eyes on top right, F3 and F4, two French. Jason Holowach just having trouble there on M1. Two French athletes on F3 and F4. Elsa Ponzo just coming to a close on her climb. Ponzo so far, she's just got 3 bonuses on 1, 2 and 3. And so far, I don't think she's got to the bonus yet on 4. The 1 minute whistle. Big move from Domin Skofic, our lead specialist, who's obviously decided to have a little pop-up bouldering this year. It's one of the wonderful things about this sport. If you fancy a little bit of a change, I don't think you see many people go towards speed, but you certainly see a lot of people move between lead and bouldering and vice versa. Had a little joke with Sean McCall earlier yesterday on his wonderful victory over Libor Hroza in the speed climbing, when Hroza just made a bit of a mistake, really. Not many people on this planet who've got a victory in speed climbing over Hroza in recent times. So Sean McCall can put that one in his scrapbook and keep hold of it. And Sean McCall will be coming up fairly shortly as well here. F1 will. So close, so close. That was Charlotte Derive, but time is up. So on M1 is my favorite name in the semi-finals here, Andrei Machuzinski Victor. Nice double-barreled surname. I might just call him Victor from here on in. And on F1, we have Aya Ono of Japan, who absolutely, I've got to say that this athlete, she just jumped onto the scene last year. She was an absolutely incredible. The Japanese team have really got a great, of course, led by Akiyo Noguchi. Aya Ono, only 19 years old, and she really was something special last year. A real great athlete. She competed in Vail last year. She actually didn't compete in Toronto, so she just came over for Vail, which is unusual. Meanwhile, on M2, Stefan Scarperi of Italy. So far, he's just got on problem 1. He missed out. He's got the bonus now on 2. And on M4, Matthias Conrad, who's got 4 bonuses to his name, but no tops. I've got to say, it's looking quite a tough course. There's not many tops so far, but we're not yet halfway through the field. Matthias has got into this position where we just saw Nathaniel Coleman top from this position. And there you go, have a little rest. Just a little pose for us there. Thanks, Stefan. Matthias Conrad. There you go, there you go. Yes. So M4 seems to be one that looks like it's quite achievable. And Matthias Conrad. And an earlier top from Kruder on F3. That was as close as we've seen anybody yet. So M4 is looking like an easier climb, which is possibly bad news for the man who's currently on M3. Now, we haven't seen M3 done yet, and this could be a chance here for Gigi Monde. Nobody has managed problem 3 yet at all. And in fact, only one person has managed to get the bonus on it. So this is one where I think Gigi Monde has to really step up. And if he's to try and separate himself from the rest of this early field, he has to look at topping this and topping M4, because we've already seen M4 topped twice. And Monde can't actually Looks like he cannot get to the bonus yet either. In the female category, we've only seen one top all day so far. Of course, the results are updated all the time on the IFSC climbing website. We have a big screen next to us that's giving us live scores as it happens. I'm afraid if you're having a few issues watching this, there's not much more we can do. We do have the backing of YouTube on us, so YouTube is pretty handy at sending these pictures all around the world. Can only suggest people to update flashes. Oh, here's three. Julia Kruder, she's not quite there yet. Needs to get, oh my goodness. With 1 minute to go. A head in her hands. She can't believe it. Is she going to have a final go? She knows how to get there. She just needed to get her body position right. Meanwhile, Monday is just not able to even get to the bonus, and Monday looks, this could be good night Toronto for Monday. The reigning champion. He's looking at the foothold. Nobody has made problem M3, and well, the bonus may well be a difference here. Monday has to go for the bonus. He's not even going for it. So just having a little look at the screen to see if Monday, I don't believe Monday has even made the bonus there. And the bonus has been made by one other athlete, Matthias Conrad of Germany, made the bonus on that particular problem. Well, it really is going to be interesting. And with Monday, Megan Martin exits the field with a smile and a wave. Megan Martin of the United States. She leaves with 2 bonuses on her category. That won't be good enough to qualify through for the final. But Julia Kruder so far with 1 top and 2 bonuses. She's looking strong. So far, Nathaniel Coleman leads with 2 tops and 1 bonus on the men's side of things. And Julia Kruder with 1 top and 2 bonuses. Ella Ponzo with 3 bonuses. And Melanie Sandos with 3 bonuses also. Still early stages. We're just getting around to our top 10 athletes coming on. So in problem M1, number 18 on his shirt, Alphonse Dornel of Austria. He's the 10th starter in the male category. So we're just about getting to the halfway stage. And meanwhile, M4 from France. This could be a 3 out of 3 on this particular problem. It looks like this one, the men have managed to get the best of Manuel Cornu. But Benjamin Blaser didn't manage to get it. But we've seen 2 of us get there, Matthias Conrad and Nathaniel Coleman. And now Manuel Cornu. This is the challenge on this one, to go from back positioned to then, yeah, he'll have a check to see if he can stretch, but he knows he can't. Can he make it? Can he make it? Yes, he can. Oh, what great upper body strength there from the Frenchman. And there we go, as another top, Emmanuel Cornu, tops problem M4. And I've got a feeling we may have a fair bit of countback here, and countback means when you get a lot of climbers who are tying, then what happens is we have to go on their qualification results to separate them. And we may need to do that in the men's category because a number of them are struggling with M3 and M2. I can see that in the men's category, I'm just having a little look down the list here. There's quite a few have made bonuses on M2. In fact, all the top athletes have made bonus on M2. Only Matthias Conrad has made a bonus on M3. So M2 and M3 seems to be the area that is really separating the men from the boys at the moment, and we haven't seen many men out there so far. It's going to be interesting to see what the top half do. Meanwhile, on the female category, Julia Kruder just 1 top on F1. A lot of other athletes have bonused on F1, F2, F3, and so far F4 we haven't seen anybody yet get a bonus. So it really is a an interesting time. Megan Martin is right in front of me, just watching some of the other athletes there. It's been a pretty torrid time. I think Jamie Cassidy is going to come in and have a little chat with me a little bit later on. Graham, get Jamie over. Down. Can you? Well, I'm very pleased to say, joining me, Jamie Cassidy. If you just rest that on your lip, Jamie, then we'll be able to hear you nice and clear. Jamie, we're just looking at all the problems, and you're the chief route setter. You're the man with all the pressure on your shoulders. Jamie, just run us through the men's competition. How's it going to how you thought it would have gone first thing this morning when you were having your cornflakes?
Well, yeah, it's definitely going some kind of way.
They're climbing them, that's for sure, yeah.
And we were definitely expecting, well, we were expecting less tops on the first one, more tops on the second one, but it's actually got really hot in here, and those dual texture holds are really hard to hold on to.
Yeah. Yeah, M2 seems to be, everybody's got to the bonus, but nobody's been able to push on to the top there.
No, there's been a couple of people slap the top, but not really with much hope of holding it.
Yeah.
We knew M3 was going to be super, super hard, about as hard as it gets for the basic kind of just wall climbing there.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd put something fun in for the last boulder.
Yeah.
So something good for the crowd. Big hold.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly a fun one to sit on top of that. You don't see that very often in bouldering.
Yeah.
But is it fair to say now that with M3 being so tough and M4 being on the easier side, although of course when you're setting this you're not to know that, does that mean that we're probably looking at going back to qualification now because we're going to get a lot of people tied?
Yeah, well, we can't go back to qualification because it was a dual qualifier format, so we don't have any count back basically.
Thank you.
We're back down to square one.
Right.
So in the men's field, these days we have to have everything in the semi-final pretty hard, really. It's such a deep field. It's a little bit easier to set the men's things. You put up a bunch of hard stuff, and just somebody will do something. But the women's is really, really difficult to set for now because not to be unfair to the girls at the bottom of the list, but the difference in ability between the first people coming out in the semis and the last people is kind of big, really. So we have to make our selections for count back in the semi-finals. That's why that one's so hard. But
and is that the issue, Jamie? That we're seeing only one top and we're halfway through the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you know that the top 6 girls are going to race through some of these.
I mean, I don't think they'll race through all of them, but we have to make our selection so we don't have a tie going into the final. So we do take the risk of maybe 1 or 2 problems not getting climbed, but if that's what it takes to go into the final with no ties, then so be it.
And just to ask you, what happens in the men's side of things? Because we're looking at Monday, who's likely to climb 4 here. We're seeing a pattern that a couple of people have done 1, but not many.
Yeah.
Nobody's managed 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be handling 4 quite comfortably.
Yeah.
So what actually happens physically if you sort of get 13, 14 guys who have all done pretty much the same thing?
Well, you have to go on to attempt, really, but if they all end up on the same points, then we have a long night of finals ahead of us.
Finals could be a world record.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
But this is the life of a route setter, isn't it? That it is a really tough job, and I suppose you're quite nervous usually when you go to bed the night before, thinking, should I have put that extra hold in or not?
It's always the same. When we try them in the morning, we've got all the time in the world to do the moves.
Yeah.
And it is a balancing act, and it's always a complete estimation. But semis for me always start out like this, but quite nerve-wracking. But yeah.
Well, Jamie, you've done a cracking job, and you've obviously set these guys really well. So we'll chat to you a little bit later, and thanks for talking to us. Jamie just heads off there. Jamie Cassidy is the chief route setter. Many thanks to him for just giving us some thoughts there about what was going on there, and very interesting about the female category for sure. That they have set some absolutely manic problems here, which you're seeing a lot of these girls are really having trouble with. Julia Kruder is having a real go at this one, and she's actually been the top climber out of the first half of the female climbers who've competed so far. She takes quite a hard little fall there. So you saw Gigi Monde make it to the top there. Looking at the leaderboard, Monde is currently 4th. Now, I would be almost certain to think that he is not going to qualify for the finals. Kruder currently 1st position, yeah. Monde, 1 top in 1 attempt, 3 bonuses out of 4. And he is currently in 4th place. But as you say, we're going to have we're going to have to look at that, because I think the result system is working on a countback, as Adam Onder is on problem M1 at the moment. I've got a feeling that system is working on countback, and we might need to see how things go. But Monde currently 4th place. It is almost certain that he will not make the final by the looks of it. Here's Onder on 1. The current world champion, both boulder and lead. What an incredible athlete this man is. And he's only getting better and better, and it's an absolute joy to see him here on the IFSC World Cup Tour. He didn't really tour much last year, still went and won a world championship in his spare time. Does a lot of outdoor climbing, and he's having a go here. 30 seconds to go. There's many a climber wouldn't have a go at this one, but Onder's going to have a pop. I don't know if he's aware that this has been a tough course, and you know the climbers round the back, they can hear the MC. They will know when the MC is shouting yeah, and he's giving name checks to people who've topped. And I think Onder has possibly listened to that and has realised that Monde has had trouble and others have had trouble. And with 2 seconds to go, Onder's going to have to really do this quickly. Oh my goodness, you're joking. He's made it, but he's too late. Oh no, and Onder is absolutely furious. Kicks the wall on the way out. He cannot believe it. Adam Onder fails by 2 seconds to make M1. We've only seen 2 people so far. Whoa. Now, I absolutely love that attitude. It really shows that he cares. And Onder kicks the wall as he leaves. He is absolutely distraught of not having made M1, because that would have probably put him through to the final. Now, you know, Onder is experienced enough to know, you know, you're watching this on stream. You've got all the information in front of you. And the thing is, these climbers around the back, they're not supposed to know what's going on, but they know what's going on. They're listening. We've done enough commentaries with climbers who've said that they listen out and they try and form a pattern in their head as to what's going on. And you can be sure that Onder knows that male problems 2 and 3 are not getting many tops. Male 3 is, as Jamie said, is almost looking impossible. It's got quite warm in here. There's a lot of bodies in the arena watching this. There's big lights up on the wall as well. That's just raising the temperature a little bit. And this is absolutely fascinating to watch. Meanwhile, on M4, which we've already said before has been one that looks like most people are actually making. Dominic Scoffridge has got into that position now where he just needs to balance out. And yeah, he's making this easy. He's done it a different way, but no worries at all. And M4, to be honest, it's all down to number of attempts now. Well, I hope you're enjoying this from wherever you are all around the world. I know there's a lot of you watching this right now. While these guys are climbing, we're just going to bring up a current result list. Yeah, this is the men's how we stand right now. This is live scores as it's happening. And if you just bear with us a second, we'll just bring you up with the female scores. So that's the male scores. As you see, Monde already in 4th place. And these are the female scores as they stand. Not many tops at all. Only 1 so far in the whole competition. So there you go, that's how things are standing. back to our name tag screen. Always difficult to cover semi-finals when there's 8 people all climbing at the same time, and so this is why we tend to go for this lock-off screen, just showing you can all expand it full screen on your computers or your 50-inch LED screens. I was watching some of the climbing from home on my little 50-inch LED at home. It was absolutely brilliant to watch in HD. And so I think you know that for those of you who watched the European Championships just a few weeks ago, we were taking the pictures from the national TV ORF in Austria, and they tended to want to go full screen with their shots, but it does mean that you actually miss loads of important stuff that's going on. And you know, I think it's much better here that during the semi-finals you see absolutely everything as it happens. We've got a good move here on M2. This could be interesting. Alphonse Dornier of Austria, but he just goes down, and we haven't seen many. Meanwhile on F3 is Charlotte de Riff, and she made a big effort there. These problems are tough, and this is what I love about climbing, in that it's great to see some of these amazing athletes, and you know, these problems are hard, and you're going to see some of the other athletes coming up a little bit later on, and it's going to be fascinating to see what some of the big names of the sport make of this event, of these problems. Another crossover. Shauna Coxey heads into the arena, and that cheer, is that Sean McCall that just entered? I think so. Sean McCall, problem M1. We are getting into the meat of this event now. And Adam Ondra is on M2. What a combination that is. Some climbing talent there, isn't there? Sean McCall on M1, Adam Ondra on M2. That's on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. In the top left is M3 and M4. And then on the right-hand side, Shauna Coxey, currently in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and Katerina Saravai, who is on the left-hand side on F2. Shauna Coxey didn't compete in Austria at the European Championships, just had an injury, decided to just let it recover a little bit more. Here's Ondra on M2. We haven't seen, oh! That was close. Well, he makes the bonus in his first attempt, which is always good. Meanwhile, there's a completion on M4 from Stefan Scapiri. No problem there. That was a flash on his first attempt. Coxey having a second attempt on problem F1. When you know when Coxey, McCall and Ondra are out, you know that we are getting into the serious end of the competition. So McCall having trouble with M1. Ondra, who is absolutely furious. That could be the story if it's not Gigi Monde, the defending champion. Meanwhile, Saravine looks as if she's going to make that. Oh my third! This is the first top of F2 for Katerina Saravine on M2. She gets to the top. And that's a great move for her. That will stand her in good stead for qualification for the finals. Meanwhile, all eyes on M1 and M2. This men's competition, this is going to be really interesting to see how this turns out. We've had 2 separate qualification groups, which is of course a mistake I made. Jamie put me right. Ondra, could he be the first person to make M2? We've just seen F2 touched for the first time. Oh my goodness, incredible strength from Ondra. He's held on. Oh my word. Adam Ondra, can he just pull across? He's not happy yet. Oh, what a professional. What a man, Adam Ondra. Well, he may be mad from M1, but he's just done something but nobody else in the whole competition has managed yet, and he's made a top on M2. And that should stand him in good stead for qualification for the finals now. Meanwhile, M3, oh, that was close. If he'd have got that foothold to work, you would have sensed that the top was beckoning there. Andrzej Murczynski-Victor of Poland. Nobody has yet managed to top on M3. Victor currently 3 bonuses. That possibly isn't going to be enough to get him through to the final. Meanwhile, Coxey on F1 has not topped this, and Kruder topped this earlier. Only one female athlete with 1 minute to go. Pressure is on Coxey here. Meanwhile on F4, we've got a big push here from Petra Klinger of Switzerland, but she's down. Shorter is close. Coxey is close, but just fails. Oh, there's heads are in hands all around me here. They really thought that she'd got it, but Shauna Coxey fails to make female problem 1. And Sean McCall also is not going to be getting close on M1. He has to give that one up. And that could put a big question mark against McCall. And in fact, I think I'm right in saying that Sean McCall actually didn't even make the bonus on M1. And that could be big warning signs for the silver medalist here. So we've already seen the gold medalist from last year, who's already looks as if he's departed. I'm having a little look at the list. Monde is currently in 4th place. It looks like he will drop out, and Ondra already in 6th. Okay, still the excitement continues. Yoshiyuki Ogata of Japan. The IFSC website, absolutely full of great information. It's you can look up all of these athletes. Jerne Kruder is on M2 from Slovenia. Sa Sol from Korea on F2, and Alex Johnson. Great to see Alex competing again. She is on F1. Katerina Saravine currently leads in the female category. And at the moment, Nathaniel Coleman leading the male categories with 2 tops and 1 bonus. Well, 2 tops, 3 bonuses, you could say. Also, Manuel Cornu, 2 tops, 3 bonuses for him. Matthias Conrad in 3rd from Germany with 1 top. Gigi Monde 4th with 1 top, and Doran Skofic 5th with 1 top. They have all completed 4 problems. Meanwhile, Holovac from Canada looks as if he will complete problem 4, which we've seen a lot of attempts done, and Holovac joins the list of, to be honest, most of the field here who have topped M4. So that one has got quite a novelty little hold there where they actually sit on it, and that's not really giving many challenges away. Meanwhile on M3, which is yet to be topped, we've seen a serious attempt already from Victor, and he's having a, this is Alphonse Donauer of Austria. Alex Johnson so close to getting problem F1. Alex, one of the real heavyweight names on the female category. Taking a bit of time away. then she came back. She competed in Vale. She did commentary with myself for the finals in Vale. It was great to have her on board. I think the men's category could well be fascinated to see how that one develops. I think the route setters are pacing around in front of me, looking a little bit nervous. I think it's always difficult when you get a few problems, either being topped by everybody or topped by no one. That problem M1 is really quite a tough one. They have to sort of almost jump across and keep a balance on there. Looking at the men's categories, Nathaniel Coleman and Manuel Corner are the only people to have topped M1. We've had 6 climbers who've managed to get the bonus. That seems to be, M1 seems to be one that is able to separate the climbers. So a lot of pressure on M1. And as you saw, when Andra didn't make it, he was furious with himself, kicked the wall quite violently. He was very upset. But he's made up for it with M2, and he's the only one to have topped M2. Currently, Jörni Kruder now having a go at M2. He's made the bonus. And Dornauer of Austria. Oh, he's got a chance here on M3. This could be the first ever top now of M3. Can he hold? Can he get a good grip? Oh no. And time is out. Time ran out. Oh my goodness. The route setters in front of me, they're all watching that M3 attempt with great gusto there. Anna Sturr of Austria joins us on F1. Anna gave us a lovely interview yesterday, which you'll be seeing on the IFSC YouTube channel shortly. Adam Ondra on M3. Could he top M3 as well? Nobody else has managed it. And joining us on M1 is Alban Levier of France, who's a new name. Done well in qualification. He's a young athlete. Joining us on the IFSC World Cup Tour. Anna Sturr, I called her a veteran in the introduction. That's not meant to with any insult whatsoever, Anna. She has been around and she's done it all. She really has been an amazing athlete. 20 years old is Alban Levier, who's not competed in many events. Going back last year, he was quite busy. He actually seems to be more of a lead climber. He did a bit of bouldering and he did a lot of lead at the end of last year. Meanwhile, Victor manages to top M4 comfortably. And now here's Shauna Coxey. Could this be her moment of truth here? You seriously have to think that she needs to try and make this one if she's going to qualify for the final. Some very nervous route setters walking around right now, watching Coxey here. M2 has been topped just the once. Need a lot of power to pull yourself up there. That is a really, really tough one. Meanwhile, Levier has made his bonus on one. Coxey currently in 9th place. Here's Saravine on 4. She made F3. On 3. She made F2 earlier. And you've got to think that the way that the climbs have been done, if she can get F3, she's going to have an excellent chance of a final. Sean McCall on M2. He'll know that Ondra topped M2. And there's pressure on him here. You can see he's looking quite pensive. He's having a good look up at the hold area where the bonus is. He knows that that's going to be crucial to him here. Yeah, look at that. No problems here early on. This is the easy bit, but it's this bonus area and how you transition on There's just 3 finger holds in a row there, which are really making life difficult. The MC here is calling "Let's go, Sean," and everybody in the crowd looking behind me. They're all looking at McCall. This is the difficult bit. This is where Ondra had real difficulty. And yes, McCall knows that he just can't get his fingers right for that. One of those problems, isn't it? Some big volumes late towards the lower half of the course. But it's just that one area around the bonus where you have to be absolutely bang on and super strong. Ondra currently in 7th position, hasn't made the bonus yet on M3. But there is a scoreboard showing the scores, and I think some of these athletes have a quick look across to see what else is done. So these later athletes do have an advantage. 1 minute to go. The whistle has gone. Coxey already a fair bit of. This is the big one. She's not had a rest. She's gone straight for it, and she's gone and done it. She's pulled herself up. That was the secret for Coxey, and Shauna Coxey. She sticks her tongue out. And that was the secret for Coxey, not to have a rest and to just continue on with the movement, pull herself up straight away. And she had the power in her body there, in her arms, to pull herself up. Well done, Shauna Coxey. She completes F2. And McCall, oh, this is tough. Sean McCall on M2. Oh my goodness, I can't believe he didn't get that. And he can't believe it either. He waves to the crowd and says, well, that's it done. He cannot believe that he didn't get a grip on that volume there. Meanwhile, on F3, Katerina Saravine gets to the top right at the end. That is given. She did that with a second to go on the clock. What a move for Saravine, and that could well have progressed her through to the final. Suddenly things are changing. Some of the better athletes are out, and the leaderboard has been shaken upside down. We're live here on IFSC YouTube channel. Lovely to see nearly 4,000 of you watching live, and I know that there'll be tens of thousands of you watching this on the replay. Make sure you follow the Twitter IFSC Climbing, keep an eye on their Facebook page, or just keep an eye on their website, ifsc-climbing.org. And the YouTube channel is where it's all happening on a live basis. We'll be live here a little bit later on as well. We're live here now. It's currently a midday, 12:15. In 4 3/4 hours time, I'll be giving you a welcome for the finals. The question will be, who will be in the finals? That's the big question to ask, and how many athletes will we see? Because the men's competition really is an open one. It truly is open. Interesting moves here on M4. Crowd a little bit wowed by some of the Alphonse Dornauer, who tried to do that a slightly different way from what we've seen so far, and that certainly wasn't the way to do it. Meanwhile, on the female categories, 116 Alex Johnson, she didn't make F1, but she'll have heard that Shauna Coxey managed F2, and Johnson just not getting to grip with that green triangular volume. These problems are tough. You don't need me to tell you that. Fanny Gibert of France is on F1 right now. And on M1, it's Michael Mauer of France. M2, we've got a serious move from Yoshiyuki Ogata of Japan. Can he get the grip? Oh, that is such a tough hold. Really tough hold. Katerina Saravine currently in the lead. With those two tops, she's the only athlete to have two tops in this female competition. And in fact, there's only two male athletes who've got two tops also. So You've got to think that Ondra will probably top 4, but he didn't get a bonus on 3, which hurt him. Salavine has topped 2. Kruder has only managed, she topped 1. Nobody else has topped except for Coxie. Her result has not yet come up on the screen. In fact, I'm just looking. I'm just asking one of the officials here to check, because on the official scoreboard, I'm being told that she has only got a bonus against 2. So I've just asked one of the officials to check whether she was given the top on 2 or not, and I'll come back to you very shortly. Meanwhile, Alex Johnson, oh, the foot went away. She looked as if she was going to make that. 1 minute whistle. I am trying to keep an eye on the YouTube channel, and any questions you've got. Yes, 6 climbers qualify through to the final. Excuse me for not telling you that. It could well be more if we get a tie. I have been told that she did top F2, so if it's not updating on the computer yet, don't worry. I got it straight from the judge's mouth. She was given that top on F2. Just for those of you watching on YouTube, please keep the language clean. This is being watched by a lot of junior athletes, so you will be thrown off the chat room and banned. And you know, you don't want to be banned, because if you get banned, you're never allowed to come back. YouTube's pretty hard. So let's keep the language clean, and let's be respectful to all the athletes, male and female, that are out there. Climbing's a great sport, let's keep it that way. There's many other sports where that sort of language is okay, but not in climbing, guys. Next changeover, Ondra on 4, McCall on 3. McCall has got it all to do. Right, Andre Vigo, you are leaving us. If you're going to ignore me, then you can be blocked and we won't see you again. Simple as that. Anybody else, if you want to be banned, all you have to do is just make a comment on the chat room. This is our house, and you obey our rules when you're in it. So McCall has got a lot of pressure on 3. You can, if you're not sure the leaderboard, go to the IFSC page. You can leave this up in another window. Just go to the IFSC website. All the live results are showing there. Here's a big push on M2. Alban Levier. Oh my goodness, he nearly made it. That was so close. And Levier, I tell you what, at this stage of the competition, if he tops M2, he's got an excellent chance of making the final. This is going to be really tough qualifying. The pressure is on. Ondra makes M4. Yeah, Ondra does it easily. Well, he probably has made the final. But here's an F4. Salavine. Wow. Oh my goodness. Katerina Salavine has just qualified for the final. It's still early stages, but she's topped 3 problems here today. And that surely has to be a qualification to the final for Katerina Salavine. Incredible. Well, we've got some talent to come as well. Shauna Coxey on F3. Anna Sturr on F4. These are the big names. They're all big names here now. Alban Levier, who's a newcomer to the scene, almost topped M2. This guy is somebody to watch out for in the future. Jeremy Bonder of France on M1, and he looks to be doing well here. We've not seen many top M1, but Bonder has done it. Oh my goodness. Cat amongst the pigeons on the men's competition now. Jeremy Bonder makes M1, and you can see he knows. You know, these climbers aren't crazy. They know that not many people have made M1, and Bonder getting M1 under his belt nice and early. And Jean McCall, who is on M3, will know. Oh, M2 has been made. Allez! Allez, allez! The French are absolutely destroying this competition in the men's category. Monday may not have made the final, but we've got Bonda and Levier, who are both just top problems that Monday could not manage. Anna Stor on F2. Oh, she's doing well. Great upper body strength there. The secret is she's got the experience. She knows that she shouldn't hold on. The arms are hurting hard, but Anna Stor, oh, very good. Awesome. Absolutely awesome from Anna Stor. Former world champion, former world number one. What she doesn't know about bouldering probably isn't worth knowing. And Anna Stor just tops problem F2 comfortably. Meanwhile, on F3, Shauna Coxey. Katerina Sababina's topped M3. And on F1 is Miho Nanaka. And I'm really disappointed to see that for 2015, Nanaka has dropped her SpongeBob SquarePants chalk bag and she's gone all corporate on us this year. Oh my goodness, she nearly made that one, so close. 30 seconds. Nanaka, I think she's going to decide to give that one up. Oh no, I believe she does have the chalk bag down there. Brilliant. Not long to go. We're probably 2/3 of the way through this. Shauna Coxey gives up on F3, and Sean McCall gives a wave, and I think he's realised that he's probably waving goodbye to a final. Has not made 1, 2 or 3. Meanwhile, Alex Puccio, the Pooch as people seem to be calling her in the States. I don't think I need to really say much about Alex Puccio, do I? Everybody who follows boulder climbing knows Alex, knows her strengths, literally, and she will. I'm going to be very interested to see how she manages on F2. This athlete is a unique climber, a serious world climber on the scene, and the American number one, Alex Johnson, who was the American number one, and is great to see her in this semi-final. Has not had such a good semi-final here so far. She's on F3. It looks like I'm not sure why we've got no men climbing at the moment. I don't know if they're going to do it. They're just putting a stop in. I don't know what's happening. I'll just try and get one of the. We'll get one of the. Okay, well the judges here don't know either, so I'm not sure what's happening, but we'll try and find out for you. Well, I'm afraid our graphics are going to get severely messed up here because they've decided to hold on the men's competition for some reason. I don't know why. But they're just putting in a gap. Alex Johnson, meanwhile, on F3. This is a big push. She just fails on there. Yes, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here at the moment. But with 2 minutes 20 to go. You can see exactly what I'm seeing. There's only female climbers actually on the wall. Puccio still looking at F1. Invisible climbers, thanks Noel. Yeah, it could be invisible, but somebody's out, has stopped them going out from behind the scenes, so I'm not sure why. But just bear with us a little while. I'm sure they're going to come. We're not going to stop the competition, are we? They're just having a rest. We'll try and catch up with graphics at some stage shortly. I may just go off camera, off mic for 2 seconds while I try and fix it. Puccio on 1. We've not seen many athletes top problem 1, but Puccio, oh, she just can't reach. Oh, this is a tough one. Oh my goodness, can she? Oh, an extra ½ inch on those fingertips. Oh my goodness. Puccio is not the tallest of climbers, and I think that particular hold, she's got 1 minute to go. She's going to have another pop here. Just having a look. Only one climber has made one, Julia Kruder. So F1 has only been made by one athlete so far. And Puccio so close to being number 2. Meanwhile, Sol Sa of Korea, or I should say Sa Sol, is looks like she's struggling here on F4. Alex Johnson, final big push on F3. Come on, Alex. Oh, good try. Well, she walks off with her head held high. Puccio is going to have one final go on F1. She came off. She's seen 20 seconds on the clock and she said, oh, okay, forget that. Okay, so Julia Kruder, she can hold her head up. She's the only athlete to have made it on F1. We're going to have another changeover. I can see that men are lining up. We're back up to date on our graphics now. I will find out later on. I know you all want to know what happened there, so I'm sure there's a good, very valid reason. I don't think I've ever seen that myself personally. Meanwhile, the ladies aren't hanging around here. Look at them, 3 of them are having a good go. Anna Stor on F3. Miho Nanaka on F2. And on F1, it's only the current world and current European champion. She is absolutely on fire at the moment. Juliana Wurm of Germany makes it onto F1. Wow, we've got some real talent out here. No problem on F4. Jörni Kruder makes F4 and Nanaka has made F2. That's good. She did that in a flash. That was her first attempt. And of course it could get down to how many attempts they make on these. Coxey having a go at F4 here. Looking at the leaderboard, Andres first for the men with 2 tops. Coleman and Cornu, some of the early riders, they're still in 2nd and 3rd, and they're the only 3 athletes who've made tops. Monday is on the bubble at the moment. He's in 6th place. And it looks like Sean McCall will not qualify for the final here. Coxey on 4. Shauna Coxey just coming down. Meanwhile on 1, Wurm. Coxey currently in 3rd place. Stur in 4th, Kruder in 5th, Klinger in 6th. Sauerwein almost certainly qualified. I just can't see her not qualifying here. She has 3 attempts under her belt. Wurm just doesn't make it here. Stur on 3. We haven't seen many people take 3. Anna Stur, tops problem F3. Superb performance from the veteran Austrian, sorry Anna, from the classy Austrian. So Ondra, Cornu, Coleman are first, second and third. Berczynski, Victor, Conrad and Monde, 4th, 5th and 6th. Currently for the female category, Saravine, Nanaka, Coxey, 1st, 2nd and 3rd. 4th is Stur, 5th Kruder, 6th is Klinger. Still we have Lenave, Noguchi and Verm. Verm is just out on one at the moment. That leaderboard will be certainly changed as some of these athletes go. Verm is going to go for the she was going to go for the push there, but she lost her footing. And with less than a minute to go, I think Julia Kruder is still the only athlete to have topped F1. Meanwhile on M1 we've got a big challenge. M2 M3. M2 is Michael Marum of France. This is the finger hold. This is the tough one. How are you going to get your hands around there? That's been the awkward one. Marum's got he's done well here. This is as good as Ondra got to, and only Ondra has topped M2 so far. And that's pretty much got him through to the final by the looks of it. Another changeover. Sean McCall comes out onto 4. This could be his last climb here in this competition. Alex Johnson on F4. Melissa Lenave is over on problem F1. Alex Pucci on F2. Fanny Gibert on F3. And there's quite a few French athletes out here on M2. We've got Jeremy Bonder and Alban Levier on F3. And remember, they just both topped their last ones. They've got an excellent chance of making through to the final here. Well, let's just take a break, huh? We've been live for about an hour and a half. I don't think I've not had a sip of water yet. It's yeah, Sean McCall makes that look easy with his strengths. Look at how he makes this look. No problem. Oh, he's doing that in 1. He's in exhibition mode. The crowd are really loving to see a Sean McCall exhibition here. But I think I'm right in saying that Sean McCall, yeah, milk it, Sean, milk it. Not a problem. Not a problem for Sean McCall. Puccio makes 2. That problem was built for her. No problem whatsoever. We've not seen many tops on 2 at all. A top for Fanny Gibert on M3. And suddenly problems that looked almost impossible just an hour ago are looking pretty standard here. Melissa Lenave on F1. Alex Johnson on F4. F4 has been a real tough one. We've not seen many people top F4. In fact, I'm just looking at the list. Katerina Saravine, the only athlete to have topped F4, and we've only seen Kruder and Klinger actually manage to get a bonus. Melissa Lenave decides to clean it herself. Don't think you see that very often in world-class sport, do you? Where the athletes just decide to, yeah, I might as well do it myself. Lenave has a little sit down. She knows she's got a minute and a half left, so no pressure on the time for her. She's actually changing footwear. That's something else that's quite rare. Has she got 2 pairs of shoes with her? I think she has. So she wasn't happy with that left shoe, so she's changed it for a different one, and now here she goes again. 1 minute to go. Looking over on the men's side of things, 1 minute on the clock. F4 and F1 have been pretty difficult. F2 seems to have been taken by a few of them. And only Saravine has topped 2, 3 and 4. She didn't actually even make the bonus on 1, which has been achieved by quite a few of the other athletes. So a real mixed bag. Bonda almost making M2, and Levier gives up on 3. M3 looks like being on one of those. Alex Johnson so close on F4. Oh no, she's on her knees. She can't believe it. She's giving it all. She won't make it through to the final, but she's giving it a real good go. And she has a bit of a laugh with some of her friends who are watching. So here we go. We're down to the last couple. On the female side of things, we're now 1 out. So on the female side, Jakob Schubert comes out. There is still 1 more athlete to come in the men's competition. And on the female category, the defending champion, Akiyo Noguchi. Remember, she was absolutely in incredible form last year in North America. She won in Vail, won in Toronto, looked almost unbeatable. And it was Juliana Verm, who's actually climbing on F2, who took the World Championship when a lot of people were predicting that Noguchi was going to be the woman to beat. Well, Verm did it. And Verm so far on 2. Oh, great hold there. Here she goes. This is the power moment. Up onto that triangular hold. And then continuing it on. And oh, great stuff from Verm. How easy did she make that look? Oh my goodness. She's not world and European champion for nothing, this girl. Julie Verm gets to the top comfortably and flashes it in 1. Anna Stur on 4. Akiyo Noguchi comes off 1. That really has been a tough one. And of course, she'll know that a lot of the other athletes have not managed to top 1, so the push isn't on her, but it is her against the wall. Jakob Schubert, M1 also has been quite a on and off one for a number of the athletes. And Schubert has a good look there, just looking to see where the hold is on the other side of that problem on M1. Nanoka, Miho Nanoka. Oh my goodness, she's going to make 3. She's done it. Miho Nanoka, big smile. God, you always feel as if she's 17 years old. She was 16 years old when she hit the scene last year. 17 years old. She's almost like an accomplished veteran there. Big smile on her face. F3 is hers. Anna Stur, you can probably see there on the camera, she's looking to her left. She's looking at the leaderboard and she wants to see where she stands on the leaderboard. Currently, I'm just looking at the list. Currently, Anna Stur is in 2nd place. She's topped 2 and 3, and she was having a good look to see if she needs to try and get something on 4. Saravine in 1st, Stur in 2nd. Coxey is third, as the screen just changes. I'm just looking at the female category at the moment. In the men, it's Coleman first, Cornu second, Conrad third. Right, back to the female. Savavine first, Nanaka second, with 2 tops and 1 bonus. Store third, Puccio 4, Burm 5th, Gibert 6th, and Coxey currently 7th. Kruder is out of the standings. She won't be in the final, as won't Klinger, Johnson, DeReef. So this thing's starting to settle down. Remember, there's Noguchi to come, so it's going to be really tight now. Savavine is definitely joining the party, and it means that Coxey or Gibert or Verm might have a bit of a challenge on, and Stur is definitely aware of that. Anna Stur might be currently in 3rd place, but she knows that she's got a bit of a challenge. There are some top athletes to come, and Stur is going to have to put in a serious attempt here on problem 4. She just needs to try and get the bonus if she can. If she can get the bonus, that could well be the difference between qualifying for the final or not. And that's why she's giving this some serious consideration. 35 seconds to go on the clock. Anna Stur is just trying to get the bonus here. Forget the top, she just needs to try and get the bonus. That could be the difference between final qualification or not, and she's made it. Oh, she's made it. That could be it for Stur. Now she moves on. Now she moves on. This is the push. 16 seconds to go. Anna Stur, if she gets to the top, she's almost certainly made the final. And she has done it. Anna Stur, wow. Unbelievable. Anna Stur, superb. Absolutely superb. Clock runs out. And that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what makes Anna Stur the athlete she is. Here we go. We now have all the athletes climbing. The final male athlete has just entered the arena, Chon Jong-won. Only a 19-year-old from Korea. Where did they get these athletes from? He's topped the list after qualification. And now, I remember last year he had a superb tournament here. He was absolutely brilliant. He was top of qualification. He dropped down a little bit later on when it came to the medals. But I remember saying last year he's one to watch, and here he is again, topped after qualification. But of course the problems have just stepped up a level now when we get to the semi-finals. And he's got a challenge on. Kokoro Fuji of Japan on M2 has made it to this little finger hold area. And this is where it gets incredibly tough. Oh my goodness, he's just gone and made that look so easy. Kokoro Fuji, take a bow. He flashes problem M2. Wow. Now that's something significant. Meanwhile, Alban Levier, FM4. And look at, oh my goodness, look at Alex Puccio. F3, I think she's only the second athlete to have topped F3. And she went and flashed it. And that's why Anna Stur was really making a big effort on F4 earlier. She knows the pressure's on. Melissa Lenave on F3. Nobody climbing F2 now. Sorry, Melissa Lenave is on F2. Nobody climbing F1. Excuse me. It's been a long day. I've been talking non-stop for 2 hours. Fanny Gibert on F4. And Chong Jong-won on M1. Right, just let the voice go a little bit. I haven't looked at the website for a little bit. We do seem to be a little bit delayed online. There seems to be a little issue. I know the server went down yesterday, and I believe that the results online are struggling somewhat. So please bear with us. We will give you graphics on screen with results as quickly as we can get them, but we are getting them from the website. So if the website's struggling, I can manually tell you what's happening from the scoreboard in front of me. So just bear with us if you're struggling to keep up with things. I will quickly read them out as quickly as possible as these athletes are here attempting to climb. Everybody's looking at the leaderboard. In fact, while we just here's Lenave on 2, Savavine leads, Sturr second, Puccio third, Nanaka fourth, Verm fifth, Gilbert sixth, Coxey seventh, and of course we know that Noguchi is going to be looking to spoil that party as well. So in the men's, Coleman incredibly still first, Cornu second, Conrad third. The men's really is, although I've got a feeling that might be slightly out of date. Melissa Lenave goes and tops F2. Superb performance from the French athlete. Melissa Lenave, what a quality climber she is. This is why covering the IFSC World Cup is such an absolute joy. You've got incredible climbers from all corners of the globe have all come to Toronto, and we're seeing an absolute exhibition here. Fanny Gilbert on 4. She's got to the bonus. We've just seen Anna Sturr take 4. Oh, this is great strength from Gilbert. Oh my goodness, oh, that was so close. Just the grip on the left hand. And the difference between Gilbert climbing and Sturr climbing was all to see there. Gilbert went for the explosive move once she got to the bonus, whereas Sturr took her time. And maybe that's the difference sometimes with experience. Right, next change around. So nobody on F1 anymore, nobody on M1 anymore. So now we can start closing in a little bit maybe. And it's all about F2 is Akiyo Noguchi and M2 is Jakob Schubert. I am looking at the YouTube channel and keeping an eye on things. I've just seen on the website, oh, there's Mawem getting M4. M2 Schubert, he's got the finger hold, but he doesn't push on. Noguchi on F2. Yes, one interesting question. Some really big names didn't qualify in the men's category. Jan Hoyer, the world number 1, failed. He was 14th in his qualification group. James Casey of Australia just missed out. Nicky DeLu, some incredible names not making it through as Noguchi goes and completes F2. But this is how, you know, it's just incredible to see the standard of climbing in both the men's and female category. And when the world number 1 doesn't make it through qualification, you really do know that it's pretty hot out there. Jan Hoyer, of course, is Julie Verm's partner. They were sitting having breakfast, looking as if they were very close this morning, having a little kiss and a cuddle. Very much in love, those two, and he is watching very closely from the crowd. I just looked around, and Jan is obviously very interested in Julie Verms here, a world and European champion. I love that move there early on, little step across. Verms so far. Well, Firm, didn't she make that look a little bit easy? It seems that we're back up on the results now on the website. Things seems to have slightly improved a little bit. Just looking at the men's, Alban Levier with 2 tops, 3 bonuses is leading. Adam Ondra second. Nathaniel Coleman of United States is third. Manuel Cornu of France is fourth. Andrei Merchasinski Victor is fifth. Matthias Conrad is sixth. And Gigi Monde will not be in the final. We will have a new champion here in Toronto 2015. 1 minute whistle goes. Kruder also misses out. Scoffich also. And Sean McCall currently in 11th place. He will not be in the final later on today. Just looking at the female category. Sarabhai, Nanaka, Coxey is third. Storr, Kruder, Klinger. But remember, we've got Puccio, Lenave, Noguchi and Firm. It looks like the female category hasn't updated for quite a while, so looks like our server is still having a few little issues out there. Please bear with us. I think the people who are looking after these things are aware. So, swap over. We have Alex Puccio on 4. Melissa Lenave on 3. So we're now down to just 2 climbs on the female side of things. 3 on the men's. Chon Jong-won of Korea is on M2. Fuji Kokoro Fuji on 3. He just flashed problem 2 earlier. And it's Jeremy Bonda of France is on 4. Well, looking at the leaderboard, Shauna Coxey currently in 8th place. She's going to have it all to do on F4. I think she needs to get to the top if she's going to qualify for the final. Very, very tough qualification standards being set here. Bonda gets to the top on 4. Looks quite an angry young man. I think he's not very happy with maybe one of his earlier climbs. Puccio currently is in 3rd place. She will pretty much guarantee a final if she tops this, I feel. Sturr and Sarabhai with 3 tops look as if they've made it to the finals. But of course, there's still some real class to come. Oh, look at the strength from Puccio. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Did she just make that look so easy? Oh no! That is absolutely obscene. Alex Puccio, I don't know. Time and time again. She just does it to you, doesn't she? Wow. That's a problem that a lot of the other female competitors have really had trouble with. And did she use her legs on that last bit? I don't know. Melissa Lenave on F3. Chong Jong-won on M2 is the only other athlete here. So just 2 climbers at the moment. Well, I hope you are enjoying it. I know there's thousands of you watching this live around the world. And there'll be tens of thousands of you watching this on replay. Oh! Chon Jong-won of Korea. Well, he's just made problem number 2. And that's one that Jakob Schubert didn't manage to get last time out. That could be significant. That could be truly significant. Gilbert makes 3. Oh, and everybody's topping them. We've got 2 minutes to have a rest. Wow. Well, while we do that, let's just have a look on the screen. Let's just we'll take that overlay off, And let's just bring up the scoreboard, because while we don't have it, we don't get this opportunity very often. Let's bring up number 10. Oh, there we go. So that's the leaderboard for the men's as we stand. Oh no, this is not correct. Bear with me a second. Let's just try and update this. Do know that we are getting our scores from the website, and I believe that the website is having a little wobble. So these scores are updated as of like ages ago, and it looks like it's not updating. So I know that these scores are way wrong. So forget that for a second. I'm going to manually tell you what the scores are from the big screen that's in front of me, because these are so out of date. Okay, I'm going on the scoreboard that's in front of me now. So I'm just going to go. So Jeremy Bonder and Alban Levier equal first. Adam Bonder is third. Nathaniel Coleman fourth. Manuel Cornu fifth. And Victor is sixth. In the women, Alex Puccio is top. Saravine is second. Stur is third. Boom fourth. Lenave is fifth. Nanaka is equal fifth. Noguchi is seventh. Gibert eighth and Coxey ninth. The female category is all to play for in these final few climbs, and it looks like we're gonna lose that. Saravine is certainly qualified, along with Stur and Puccio also. So those have all top three, but it's now down to Böhm, Lenave, Nanaka, Noguchi. Gibert will not qualify, so somebody's going to miss out. Here we go, Jakob Schubert, who currently, McCall has not qualified, and Jakob Schubert still has a bit of work to do here as well. So next group, apologies that we're struggling on the website of things. Our results that we bring you on the screen are collected from the web. So if the web's having an issue, then we're also having an issue. But we may even turn a camera onto that screen a little bit later on, and you can just look at the screen that's scrolling in front of us here. Juliana Wurm, current world and European champion, really one of the athletes on form at the moment, is on F4. Aki Noguchi is on F3. And in fact, we've got nobody climbing. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you multiple angles of problems 3 and 4 being climbed, because as my director has just told me, when we go for the side-by-side shot, we actually cut quite a lot off. In fact, what we should possibly do is a top and bottom slice. That might be something interesting to try for the future. But what we're going to do is we're moving the camera so you get different angles of the same climbers, and then you can watch from your favourite angle. Even better. Number 43, Rei Sugimoto of Japan, qualified in 4th place. Sugimoto has not had a great time of things out on the course so far. Julie Wurm has just made it through. She will be in the final. Sugimoto makes it to the top, but Sugimoto will not be in the final. Yes, he does a little grimace there. He knows that his chances are gone for today. I've not been commenting on him much so far, so that means he has had troubles. Well, it all suddenly took off, didn't it? The last 20-30 minutes, it all just happened. And Noguchi has got a little bit to do here. She's currently in 7th place. And Shauna Cox I don't think she is going to be qualifying for the final either. So Coxey is out. Wurm, Noguchi, they're looking to push some of the athletes through. Just looking at the men's category, Matthias Conrad looks to be out. But we still have 3 climbers in the men's top 6 who you would not have expected to be in this final. That's how superb this top international competition is right now. So Puccio is top, Savavine second, Storr third, Boom fourth, Lene fifth, Nanaka sixth, Noguchi is seventh, and it looks like it's all down to Noguchi, who will push out Nanaka from the top six. I think that's the way that things are shaping out. But on the men's side of things, Jakob Schubert, I'm struggling to see where he is actually on the current list. I'm looking at the board. So Noguchi, looks like our top six are settled on the female. It's just Noguchi. Will she knock out Nanaka from the top six? There she goes with F3. And Jakob Schubert currently in 9th position. I don't believe that Schubert will. He's got 2 bonuses to his name. He really needed to get problem M2. He knows. The thing is, nobody has topped M3 all day. And Jakob Schubert has been asked to top here if he needs to qualify. There's quite a few athletes made problem M1. Adam Ondra has made M2 and Alban Levier. Nobody else has made M2. Oh, and Schubert, my goodness, it looks like Schubert, can you believe it, that Schubert, Monde, McCall look as if they are not going to make the final here in Toronto. That is quite incredible. So here we go, just a few more to go now. Melissa Lenave on F4. Nobody else climbing in the female. It's all about F4. And on the male side of things, we've got Kokoro Fuji on M4. M4 has been topped by just about everybody in the semi-finals, so I don't think he's going to have much trouble. And it's Chon Jong-won who's on M3, which nobody has topped. I'm just looking down the list. Dornauer got a bonus. Conrad, Victor got a bonus on M3. Ondra didn't get the bonus. Yeah, that's it. 3 bonuses on M3. It's been that tough. And nobody's even been close to the top, to be honest, on M3. And Chon Jong-won already had a little attempt and came off very early as well. Melissa Lenave, I think she is safe. Just having a look at the list. Lenave and Nanaka currently tied. So actually, that could be interesting, because if Noguchi does actually go above them, it could be that we may have a 7 climber female final, depending on how Nenave does here. If she tops here, she'll go above Nanaka. If she doesn't, as we get Fuji tops on M4, and that's him done for the day. Chon Jong-won didn't top M1, but he did top M2, and there's every chance he will top M4. I've got a feeling. Right. Here we go. A little bit of controversy. Kokoro Fuji was not given the top. If you're watching this live, just go back a little bit on the player and you'll be able to see why. But he wasn't considered. He didn't give the thumbs up. He needed to get both hands and clasp on the top. He will do it quite comfortably for sure. Still 2.5 minutes to go. And Melissa Lenave having real trouble here with F4. I don't think she's got the bonus yet. Here we go. Fuji will just do this again. Yeah, okay. A little bit of sarcasm. I think there was a little bit of eye contact there made with the judge, but the judge gave him a round of applause and no worries there. Lenave, allez, allez. The French team are all in front of us. Calling out Lenave. Oh. And in front of me, Alban Levier and Jeremy Bond are both absolutely beaming. They've just given each other a big hug in front of me because I think they both know they've made the final here. And Gigi Monde in the distance, looking a forlorn character. That he was taking the gold medal here last year, and this year has not made the final. They're all looking at the board in front of them, so there is a very good chance of a 7-climber female final. Looks like we're just about a minute to go. Looks like Melissa LeNeve will not make this. They've had exactly the same number of attempts, exactly the same number of tops, both with 2 tops in 4 attempts and 3 bonuses in 5. And if LeNeve has not made the bonus here, although I haven't said that, I've got. What am I talking about? Of course she made the bonus. She nearly made the top. So LeNeve has moved above Nanaka, and that will guarantee her in the final. And it just means that if Noguchi goes above Nanaka in this final one, then Noguchi will have made the final in 6th place, or in 5th actually, as LeNeve will move to 6th. So I think LeNeve is looking a bit disappointed here, but she has probably just squeezed into the final if my workings out are correct. That's LeNeve done for, 15 seconds on the clock. Chong Jong Won doesn't make the bonus on M3. That M3 problem, I'll be talking to Jamie about that a little bit later on. That looks to have really hurt a lot of people. So, here we go. Noguchi on F4, Schubert on M4. So now we're going to go side by side. And this is the final climb on the female category. As I said earlier, I do apologise if you're not getting the results online. None of us are getting results online at the moment, but we do have a very big screen in front of you that I'm able to give you the update on. So, just waiting for the female category to appear on the big screen. Schubert looks as if he's not going to qualify. He will top this, but he will not qualify. The women's category. Just waiting for the women's category to appear on the big screen as Noguchi has already made the bonus. Noguchi currently in 7th place. She needs to do something here. I believe she's good. Oh my goodness. She's only gone and flashed it. And that will put Noguchi through to the final. Akiyo Noguchi makes it to the final. And Jakob Schubert is going to make it to the top here, but unfortunately that's not going to be enough, because to qualify for a final in the men's, you need to top either M1 or M2, and Schubert didn't manage that. So we have a little rest for 3 minutes. I'm going to just quickly run you through the leaderboard. We're still not able to collect them off the website, but I will give them you on the screen. Alban Levier is top with Jeremy Bonder, both equal first. Wow. Allez la France. Adam Ondra in 3rd. Coleman in 4th from United States. Cornu from France in 5th. And I just didn't get to see 6th because it just changed in front of me. But I will give you that in a second. In fact, one of our cameramen here who can hear us is going to point at the big screen in front of us, and hopefully we will you can see this. This is how we used to do it in the old days before the internet arrived. There we go. So you can see that on screen, you can freeze that, and you can see exactly how. You don't need me to tell you. Noguchi has qualified for the final, and Nanaka, and this is the men's side of things. And I'll just leave that with you for a second. thankfully somebody put another 50 pence in the meter, and we seem to have kicked a few things off online, and we do have scores. So that's how the men's are standing. We've still got a minute to wait, so let's bring you up the second page. Incredible performance. Nathaniel Coleman, Manuel Cornu, and Andrei Mechazinski Victor. He's got the longest name there. I'm going to be saying it in the final by the looks of it. It's all about Chong Jong Won, and if we have a look at page 2, let's just see where he is, because yes, he topped. So Chong Jong Won has got problem M4 to go, and if he tops it, let's have a look, he will end up with 2 out of 2. So let's go back to page 2, and yes, so Chong Jong Won just needs to complete M4, which, to be honest, just about everybody, here he comes, which just about everybody else has done. We'll take this off the screen for a second, because Chong Jong Won will qualify for the final if he tops this, and he will knock out Andrei Mechazinski Victor if he does it. So the women's category. Wow, what an absolute joy this morning session, this afternoon session has been. I hope you've enjoyed it online. It has been great to be your guide through today, and I'll be with you in about 4 hours time for the final. Here he is, Chong Jong Won. If he tops it, he makes the final. It's as simple as that. And it is a problem that we have seen most of the climbers take. And there you go. He only goes and flashes it, doesn't he? And that sums it all up. We have our finalists. So here we go. So people are leaving the arena all around me. People don't really hang around now. Let's have a look. I'll tell you what. Let's have a look at the female category, because that is definitely bang up to date. I don't think it's actually right up to date yet. They're having a few technical issues. I think there's also several thousand people pressing F5 on their keyboards around the world as well, which doesn't really help that much. Well, I'll tell you what, while we're waiting, there's just a little video we just need to play for our commercial partners here. So this is just a little 30-second thing, and just watch this, and then we'll be back. Okay, so there's the results locally, which also seems to be, I think, in fact, I've got to be honest, I think that's looking at the website as well. So we're all a little bit stuck at the moment. So these scores are also collecting from the website. We're collecting from the website. I can tell you that Chong Jong Won has has qualified, and Mechazinski Victor has dropped out. So I think those top 5 are correct, with Chong Jong Won in 6th place, and that's your top 6 here. But for certain, there's no McCall, there's no Schubert, there's no Hoyer, there's no Monde. 4 athletes, which I would have, I think if any one of them had not qualified, I would be pretty amazed. For 4 of them not to have qualified, to to me is incredible. So we are still experiencing website issues, and hopefully we will be able to get them updated. But that's manually. And then here is the female category. Noguchi has moved ahead. Noguchi has qualified, and I just cannot confirm, but I'm pretty sure that Melissa LeNave, who got a bonus on that final problem, she has moved above Nanoka, so it's Noguchi in 5th and LeNave in 6th, and that's pretty much my reading of what's gone on here. Always tough. So okay, we do. I've just had an update from Graham Alderson, our head man here, who really knows everything that's going on. We have one more. There was a technical issue. Right, this is the reason why we had a bit of a gap. But we have one athlete, and I'm just seeing who it is actually, because this could be significant. I've got a feeling. Right. Well, this really is important. This is Andrei Merchazinski Victor, who, by the looks of it, did not complete problem 4. Now, right, with 3.5 minutes to go on the clock. With 3.5 minutes to go on the clock, right, he had a technical issue with 3.5 minutes to go. So basically, yes, this could be really significant, because if he actually tops this, he will go back into 6th place. Oh, my head's hurting. I believe that Manuel Court, right. Well, here he goes. Merchazinski. Right, Graham Alderson's just come into me with 2 sheets of paper, which is hopefully going to help me out. So Merchazinski Victor, if he tops this, he will go above. Okay, right, I have been updated correctly. Thank you very much, Graham Alderson. I am manually going to tell you, I think we've just gone back to 1990 now, before the web existed, and I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to tell you what the top 6 are for the men and women, and we're going to do it this way, because the scoreboard on the big screen is quite wrong and out of date as well. It's all fun and games, isn't it? Right, I believe we can put this on screen. So number 10, and here we go. Right, I believe this is correct for the men's. I'm just looking down the list and trying to do a quick comparison. So in first place, Jeremy Bonder, equal first. Alban Levier in third. Adam Ondra with 2 tops out of 3 attempts. And Chon Jong-won of Korea is in equal fourth. No, that's not correct. Okay, so ignore that. Let's take that off the screen because that's incorrect. So the official sheet in front of me, as we saw, Chong Jong-won actually completed M4 and he moved into equal fourth place. Kokoro Fuji was equal fourth, so he's qualified for the final. And Nathaniel Coleman in equal sixth, alongside Manuel Cornu. So we will have 7 male athletes in the final later on today. And Andrei Merchazinski Victor just confirmed his flash that he had earlier, so not sure the absolute reason, but he had to go and redo it. No Monde in the final, no Schubert, no McCall, and of course no Jan Hoyer, world number 1. He failed to even qualify for the semi-finals. As for the female category, I'll just check to see if our graphics are updated. And no, we're still not updated there, so let's give it to you manually. Alex Puccio, she did 3 tops, 3 flashes actually, 3 tops in 3 attempts. What a superb performance from the American. Yuli Wurm of Germany was second, 3 tops in 5 attempts. Akio Noguchi was third, 3 tops in 6 attempts. Katerina Saravine was fourth, 3 tops in 6 attempts. And Anna Sturr fifth, 3 tops in 12 attempts. Melissa Lenave, 2 tops in 4 attempts, was sixth, and she just beat Miho Nanoka, who also had 2 tops in 4 attempts, but it was 1 less bonus, which meant Nanoka finished 7th. And then further down, Gilbert, Coxicruda, Klinger, Johnson, some big names there, have failed to qualify for the final. So we do have 6 female finalists. We have 7 male finalists who will be joining us a little bit later on. So yes, we don't have graphics we can show you. They're all not correct, whether on the big screen or in front of us. And well, we hope you've enjoyed the coverage here. Many thanks for being with us. I know there's many thousands of you have watched. We're going to be back in about 3.5 hours time at 5 o'clock for the final here in Toronto Live. Many thanks for watching. My name is Adrian Battersby, and I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here. We'll be with you later. Thanks a lot, and goodbye for now.